Happy Sunday, everybody. Good morning. I am glad that you are here. So, what separates the people who make commitments and keep them from everyone else who makes commitments and falls apart? We've all seen this, right? Especially right now. I know a lot of people are like making their goals, they're going after it because it's the first of the year, right? You got super excited, you set these goals. How do you keep that commitment? And the one thing that I have found that keeps it going every single time is that commitment doesn't care how you feel, right? It is real easy to not feel like going to the gym, or it is real easy to not feel like sticking to the diet. It's real easy to tell yourself a story that just allows you to slip out of that commitment just one time, but it's a super slippery slope, right? The minute you start telling yourself a story of, oh, I'll just skip it today, I'm a little bit busy, I will get to it tomorrow, you fall right off the wagon, and it is really hard to get back on. So how do you actually develop that muscle? Because it is a muscle. It is something in your head that fires, that says, nope, I made a commitment, I'm doing it, I don't care how I feel. And in my own life, what I have found has always led to success, to always help me keep the commitments that I make, is one, don't make them super, super crazy long, right? When I started doing these daily videos, the first thing was, can I do 7 of them in a row? That's what I'm going to commit to. Then I'll reevaluate. By making a slightly smaller commitment, it allows me to see the light at the end of the tunnel and see a way that I can get there, right? It's the baby steps that I've been talking about. But the other thing is, when you don't feel like doing something, you have to do it anyway. You just have to take the first step. You have to train your brain. Tony Robbins talks about this. He jumps in a ice bath every morning. It's 42 degrees. He has a plunge tank. He jumps into it and he was like, this is what I've trained my brain to do. When I say go, we go. It doesn't matter whether I feel like it or not, because commitment doesn't care how you feel. You just do it. And if you train your brain to start doing this, you will take action repeatedly. There are things that I don't want to do every single day. I don't want to always email people. I don't always want to sit down and write my goals out every morning. I don't want to sit down and take 30 minutes to read all the time. But I do it because I've trained my mind. I've trained my body to listen. You know what? The alarm's going off. This is the time to read. This is when we do X. This is how I do X, Y, Z. I don't want to make my bed every morning, but I've habituated myself to it. I get up and it's done. I don't even think about it anymore. Same with my workout. So how do you actually do that? You're probably saying, well, I would love to do that, but, and it's the story that you tell yourself. You tell yourself the story of, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't really feel like it. Instead, just say, nope, I am the person who takes action. Just tell yourself that repeatedly. And before you know it, you will actually start taking action. Whenever you come up against that wall, right? I'm not the person who sticks to the diet. That's the story you tell yourself, then you fall off. Instead, say, nope, I'm making a change this year. I'm sticking to it. It is super easy. I'm the person who takes action, right? The other thing that I've seen that affects us more than anything else is we always look for a past frame of reference in our mind and in our surroundings to back up the things that we do, right? So if we know we need to go to the gym, right? And that's the commitment that we've made. It is really easy to look for a past frame of reference in our mind where we didn't go to the gym. Well, that's who I am, because human beings have to stay consistent with who we believe we are, our internal representation of ourselves. We have to be in line with that. That is the number one law in the world. You will always come back to what you line up with. So how do you beat that, right? How do you actually become somebody who has a different self-image? Well, you have to change that. So you have to go back and find a reference that is the positive of what you want. So find the reference where you did something out of character for yourself right now and make that your norm. Live in that. So if it's going to the gym every day, find a day that you went to the gym. Maybe it was just yesterday, but be like, you know what? That's what I'm standing on. Yesterday I went to the gym. Today I'm going to the gym. Before you know it, you've strung 3 or 4 days in a row. Hey, I'm a person who goes to the gym every day. Hey, I'm a person who shows up on Facebook Live every day at 10 a.m. to give people some value, to help people get a little bit more motivated about their life, to help people move forward a little bit more. That's the person that I am. Before you know it, it becomes a routine and you start moving along that path, and you can't remember a time when you didn't. The second thing is your surroundings. So there was a girl I knew who always would make a commitment, and then she would find the people who said that commitment was unreasonable. You don't have to stick to that. You don't have to do that. That doesn't make any sense to do that. How many of you can think of a time when you've done this, right? You found friends or you found family and you've shared a goal or something that you're working on with them. And when they tell you it's unreasonable, you believe them. And before you know it, you're telling their story. This is why the people that you hang out with, they don't have to necessarily make the same amount of money that you do, but they have to have the mindset that you want. They have to have a positive mindset. They have to have that forward, future-pacing look in their eyes, and they have to have that mindset that they're going for something. So when you say, you know, I made the commitment to go to the gym, but I feel a little bit tired today, you want the person who says, you know what? Maybe you are a little bit tired, but I bet you can do something. I bet you can go for a walk. I bet you can make it to the gym, just do a couple reps and come back home. You'll feel better if you did it. Instead of telling you the story, yeah, that's totally reasonable. Because you don't want to be reasonable. You want to be the most unreasonable person. You want to go for the big goals. That's how you reach success in your life. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. If you know that you need to share your story, I want to invite you to my free course. It's Death to Bad Webinars. Helps you share your story from the virtual stage, whether you're doing webinars, whether you're doing Facebook Lives, or whether you are on live stages. Everything in that course applies to speaking and sharing your message in a one-to-many presentation so that you can sell more, so that you can reach more people, and so that you can do more. Guys, thanks for tuning in. And until tomorrow, take action, change lives, and make money. I'll see you soon.